Isaac's Theme Talk, 120 topics to talk about. Written and recorded by me, Isaac Durst. Published by Surprise Publishing. Hi, and welcome. I'm Isaac. Taking some time out to talk will help you improve your conversation skills. This book should make that task easier. Not a burden, but more fun. It will make your journey more smooth. Take your time and try to use a topic when you can. I'll be here for you when you want to talk. Who knows? Maybe someday we'll meet in person and have a nice conversation. I look forward to it. Until then, enjoy some Theme Talk. One, what's new? Can you smell, see, or hear new? I think so. Did you ever smell new back-to-school clothes, bags, notebooks, and pencils? You can see all sorts of new items and programs and teachers at school. You can hear the sounds of friends getting together and talking about what they did over the summer break. You can also hear new things on the radio. One way we greet each other is simply by saying, "What's new?" We want to hear new stories. We want to know what's new in our friend's life. We love new fashions. We enjoy new technology. And let's not forget the latest new news about our favorite movie stars. New is nice and exciting, but sometimes it makes me nervous. I miss my friends who graduated. I miss the people I'm used to seeing and hearing. New means that I have to get used to something. New shoes are nice, but they aren't always comfortable. They take some getting used to. A new day, a new week, and even a new season. Perhaps I should have a new attitude and welcome all this new stuff. It's time for some new adventures. Well, a new day is out there, and I have to make it mine. I hope you feel the same way too. Talk about it. Do you like new things? What kind of new things do you like? What do you think of when you hear the word new? Can you talk about something new that you've done recently? What new things would you like to do in the future? Do you like going to new places? How long does it take you to get used to something new? Are new things comfortable or uncomfortable? Do you like meeting new people? Two, Mom, the toughest job in the world. If you know me, you know that I always describe moms or domestic engineers as having the toughest jobs in the world. They have so many hats to wear, so many balls to juggle. The cooking, the cleaning, the shopping, the kids' education, and on and on. So the question is, does it really have to be the toughest job in the world? Does it have to be that tough? I think it can be easier. First of all, dads can help more. There is no doubt about that. But you know what? I think kids can help more too. Moms do too much for their kids. They spoil their kids. I think they should be teaching their kids how to clean a little. Why should moms clean up after their kids if their kids are old enough to do it themselves? It doesn't make sense to me. Sure, kids need to study, but they also need to clean up after themselves. Spoiling a kid is not going to make the toughest job in the world any easier. If you teach a kid to clean, you are teaching him a great skill and how to take care of himself and how to be more responsible. A wise man once said, "Give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime." I agree. Now that I think about it, maybe it was a mom who came up with this phrase. Talk about it. What is your mom like? Do you think being a mom is the toughest job in the world? How do you help your mom every day? What can dads do to help? What does give a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime mean to you? What are some other tough jobs? Why are they tough? Does your mom have her own free time? When was the last time she had a vacation or went on a date just with your dad? Does your mom spoil you? What does your mother do that you can do instead? How do you show your appreciation to your mother for everything she does? 3. Teaching and learning responsibility. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. It sounds good in theory, but is it realistic to make your kids work? They are supposed to study, or play, or do something other than work. Parents work for the future of their kids, right? But that's exactly why kids should do a little work, to learn responsibility. It's good for their futures. They should know how to do things like clean up after themselves by putting their toys and books away. Perhaps they should even throw out the trash, separate the stuff for recycling, help fold the laundry, dust the house, clean the floor. If they are older, they can set the table or wash the dishes. Actually, in my house, washing the dishes is my job. Those are just some ideas of things that kids can do. Sure, one of the first things that may come to mind is Cinderella, but it's not like they are doing this all day long. They may do their chore once a day or even once a week, but it's their job, not mom's. When we talk about young kids in education, most agree that it should be fun, or the kids will get sick of it. When we clean our house, we sometimes turn on music. We often all clean together. For example, when it's time to clean the floor, we might get 2 damp rags each and skate around the room. We also clean the car together. When we all clean together, we give each other energy. But doing some things alone to learn a sense of responsibility is crucial. Having a kid who is always dependent makes life hard for a parent. Talk about it. Is it cruel to make kids do chores? Do your kids have any household chores? What are some common household chores? What can children learn from doing chores? How can you make chores more fun? How often should children do chores? What kinds of work shouldn't kids do around the house? What do you think of children who don't do chores? What chores did you do when you were younger? How did you feel about doing those chores? 4. Nice surprises. Do you like surprises? Sure, there are bad surprises like a pop quiz given by your teacher or an unexpected bill. Those are no fun. But there are also nice surprises. Have you ever had a surprise party? Didn't it feel great to be surprised by all your friends and family? Especially when you thought they'd forgotten your birthday. Have you ever given someone a gift and that person wasn't expecting it at all? What kind of look did that person have on his face? It probably looked like complete happiness. How about a surprise phone call, right out of the blue? Those are the best surprises. Have you ever called someone for no particular reason, just because you wanted to hear that person's voice, or because you wanted to catch up on old times, or because you wanted to say hi? Those are some of the surprises that I like the most. A surprise like a party or a gift or a phone call that is unexpected somehow feels better than one that you were expecting. I wonder why that is. I try to surprise my family sometimes. I bring my wife flowers or give something to my children. You should see the looks on their faces, and that makes me happy too. You should try to surprise people. You'll probably make their day, and it might make your day too. Talk about it. When was the last time you gave someone a nice surprise? Do you like surprises? Have you ever had a surprise party? How has someone ever surprised you? What are some good surprises you've gotten? What are some bad surprises you've gotten? Have you ever given a surprise gift to someone? What was that person's reaction? Who would you like to give a surprise phone call to? How do people often react to surprise? 5. Quality time on the weekend. Do you have any plans for the weekend? I hope you do. If you don't, check out the culture page in your local paper or on the internet, or just sit down and think of some things that you want to do. I hope to go on a small road trip this weekend. I have a few ideas, but my wife and I haven't decided exactly where to go. What you do on the weekend obviously depends on the weather. If it's nice and warm outside, we often play in the water. This means that we could have a water fight with squirt guns outside the house, or we could go to the ocean and splash in the water there. When it's really cold, we like to go sledding. You can pay and go on man-made slopes, but we like to grab a box and slide down the slippery slopes with the neighborhood kids. So, what's it going to be this weekend? Indoor stuff, bowling, shopping, walking around a museum, or outdoor stuff, going for a hike or a bike ride, or simply a walk. Of course, you can always stay home and play a board game or watch a family video all together. Sometimes we buy a jigsaw puzzle and put it together on the kitchen table while just talking to each other. It's nice to work together as a team. I hope to spend some quality time with my family, even if it's for a short time. I want to focus on the quality. I hope you and your loved ones also get to spend some quality time together. It's not just how much time you spend with someone, but how well you spend the time with that person that counts. It's the quality, not the quantity, that's important. Remember, if you don't have a plan for the weekend yet, take a moment and make one. Talk about it. What are your plans for the weekend? What do you usually do on the weekend? Do you prefer indoor or outdoor activities? Do you usually do activities alone or with people? What activities do you do with your family? What does quality time mean to you? What are some quality time activities? Do you usually make plans or just do things when you want to? If you could go anywhere with your family, where would you go? Six. Red. When learning English, a good memory will help you, but a good imagination may help you even more. For example, in English, we don't have many words for colors, but we have many ways to describe a color. We say red like a cherry, or red like blood, or red like someone's lips, but red is red. What comes to mind when you think of red? I think of different things like delicious red apples, expensive red sports cars, sparkling red rubies, or red roses. I also think of different images of a company that is not doing well. It's in the red, or special red carpet treatment you might give a VIP. A person with a bad sunburn is as red as a lobster. A person who is angry is red in the face. Word association exercises can help you with English. So, I hope you're in the mood to exercise. Talk about it. When you hear the word red, what comes to your mind? What's your favorite color? How does the color red make you feel? What are some things that are red? Do you ever play word association games? Does having a good imagination help you learn a language? How can a good imagination be helpful? What methods do you use to learn? 7. Green. Another day, another color. What comes to mind when you think of green? I think of different things like a cool green forest where I can walk with a friend, a green leaf of lettuce to wrap my food in, a green watermelon that I can share, a green frog croaking away. I also think of different images, like a person who might be green with envy, who thinks that the grass is always greener on the other side, or an uncle who has a green thumb. He is great at growing plants. His garden is beautiful. Or my boss giving me permission, or a green light to go ahead with a project. Or a new worker who is green. He doesn't have any experience yet. Talk about it. When you hear the word green, what comes to your mind? How does the color green make you feel? What are some things that are green? Do you know any idioms that use the word green? What are some colors that are associated with emotions, like green with envy? Green is used to describe many things. What do you think it means when someone says they have a lot of green? Eight. Yellow. Just tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. What comes to mind when you think of yellow? Yellow makes me feel warm. It's a sunny color. Sure, I think of different things like a big tall glass of cool yellow lemonade, a large bunch of yellow bananas, or an old book with yellowing pages. But I also think of a field of yellow sunflowers, the yellow sun rising in the morning, a neon yellow tropical fish swimming around, a group of chirping yellow chicks. I'm not sure why someone who is easily frightened is described as yellow, or why that person is sometimes called yellow-bellied. Yellow is the closest color to gold, which is a very nice color. But I'm not rich, so I'll just settle for yellow. Talk about it. When you hear the word yellow, what comes to your mind? How does the color yellow make you feel? What are some things that are yellow? Do you know any idioms that use the word yellow? What are some colors that are similar to yellow? What does the color yellow symbolize? Can you name some fictional characters that are associated with the color yellow? Do you think that the color yellow means different things in different cultures? Nine. Blue. Blue, blue, l'amore blue. What comes to mind when you think of blue? Blue is a cool color. It's not necessarily cold, but I definitely think it's cool. Clear blue skies on autumn days are nice. Salty blue water next to warm islands. Anybody for a swim? If you swim too long in cold water, well, your lips can turn blue. Oops! I guess blue can also be associated with being down. Someone might tell you that he is feeling blue today. You can have the Monday blues when things are just tougher than other days of the week. You can be in low spirits or blue because your friend hasn't called you in a while. Oh, but if your friend calls suddenly and you totally didn't expect it, they might be calling out of the blue. That would be a nice surprise. I think I'll call someone today, someone I haven't talked with in a while, just to catch up. Talk about it. When you hear the word blue, what comes to your mind? How does the color blue make you feel? What are some things that are blue? Do you know any idioms that use the word blue? What are some colors that are similar to blue? What do you think out of the blue means? What does I'm feeling blue mean? Do you ever get the Monday blues? 10. Black and white. All colors are special, but there is something about black and white, and I'm talking about the combination here, that has real power. Black and white make people focus. They say that most people dream in black and white. I wonder why that is. My theory is that the details of the dream, for example, what color someone's socks are, well, those details are not as important as the meaning of the dream. But I'm no expert. But back to black and white. Do you like black and white photography? I started to get into black and white photography when I was in the 8th grade. I would spend hours in the darkroom developing pictures that I shot. So I fell in love with black and white before high school. I could go on and on about white or black by themselves, but the combination of the two, whether in newspapers, films, or United States police cars, well, it seems like the individual colors become more powerful when used together. I guess that's the truth with all colors. Colors have their own meanings when they are alone, but put them together and their meanings might change completely. Talk about it. What comes to your mind when you hear black or white, or the powerful combination black and white? What are some things that are black and white? Do you know any idioms that use the words black and white? What do you think of black and white photographs? Do you prefer them or color photographs? Have you ever watched a black and white movie or TV program? Some people are said to be colorblind. What do you think this means? How would it affect you if you suddenly lost the ability to see colors? What are some color combinations that you like?